Oh my word! The K2 is coming out. It is practically a stock IS-4 prototype at tier 8, going up against Sherman tanks and Tiger 1s. That is nuts. This is even better than the chassis on the IS-4 because it actually has space armor for the sides, whereas the IS-4 doesn't have it, so it's even thicker while side scraping. But starting bid is 130,000 free XP. I'm expecting it to jump up to about 300,000 or so, but the gun is not accurate. The gun sucks. It is all about the armor. So last time we covered this vehicle was about a year ago. So roughly about a year. We thought it was going to be an original auction for last year, but not. So alright, but let's quickly cover this vehicle in under 5 minutes if I can. But premium tank makes more credit and crew XP. Crew of 4 fits all your Russian heavy tanks. Garbage 𝗔𝘂𝗰𝘁𝗆 122mm. DPM sucks. Yeah, accuracy sucks, DPM sucks. Aim time is actually not half bad for the 122. Traverse is slow, penetration is a little bit better than the original 175, but still garbage as standard. And 390 alpha, yada yada, so the gun is crap. And even for the soft stats, yeah, dispersion while moving the vehicle is garbage, and turning the turret is actually average. So the gun is not the greatest, especially with shell velocity. You do have a high explosive anti-tank gold shell, which is half decent, but 270mm is alright compared to the average 250, so not the worst, but yeah, the gun is alright. But you do have a ammo count limitation of only 30, so don't spam too much. And it's bad for the gun. It's all about the armor on this thing. So armor wise, it's better hull armor than the IS-4 practically. It actually has space armor at the sides, 30mm protecting 160 beneath. It's about 500mm effective. Unangled, the upper plate is about 270-ish to about 370 for the cheeks. It's a pike shape, semi-pike shape. Lower plate is a weak spot, shoot the lower plate. It's about 200mm effective. If you're tall enough, shoot the gun access port on top of the turret like the IS-3s. It's only a 30mm plate, so large caliber guns will overmatch. And you're not overmatching the driver hatch. It's 55, so don't even think about it. So try to shoot the cupola even though it's very small. Yeah, cupola for the commander is small, and same goes for the loader, but that's a small area. So otherwise, go at about, yeah, side scraping with this vehicle is practically immune to enemy shells, especially for lower tier vehicles, so like a tier 6, tier 7, and even tier 8s for that matter. Holy crap. So it is a beast in terms of armor and above average health compared to the IS-6s. It has about 150 more. So this thing is about survivability. Has a butt ton of armor on this thing. A lot of armor. Alright, it's not fast though. Top speed of 30, reverse of 12, horsepower per ton ratio is only 13, weighs about 55 tons, hull traverse is somewhat slow, and terrain resistance is garbage. Yeah, it is garbage. You do have 6 degrees of gun depression, surprisingly. Alright, that's good. But effective top speed going through mud is slow, about 18, so don't go through mud as much as you would want. And concealment is heavy tank, view range, Russian 340. It's even worse than standard Russian view range of 350. So in comparison, yeah, it's not a good gun by all means compared to the 252U, even the Corvette's 1, even the IS-6 for that matter. Holy crap. IS-6 has more DPM than this thing. Holy crap. It has one shell more DPM than this vehicle, but it has a lot more armor than the IS-6, obviously. Yeah, it's not a fast. It's the slowest out of all of them, and the slowest to rev up, and possibly the worst horsepower per ton ratio and terrain resistance combo. So it is not the fastest, not really. And the view range is the crappiest out of all of them. So it's a castle. It's a bunker practically, but it is blind. It is not accurate. It is not high in DPM. But if it's top tier, then hell, it's a beast. So yeah, about 5 minutes of a quick review or refresh, recap. But originally, how much did I rate this vehicle? 7.5 on the super test. 8.5 actually. So I saw the armor. I saw the freaking space armor. Yes, it's not going to do well against tier 10s or tier 9s if they're spamming gold shell. But hell, they'll still have to spam gold shell even when you're not angled. They have to spam gold shell into the upper plate. And you don't feel good spamming gold shell as a higher tier vehicle into a tier 8. What a scummy move, right? Very scummy move. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Good enough. You're not making that much credit by dealing damage unless you're high tier or top tier. So if you're top tier against a bunch of Tiger 1s or even Sherman tanks, God help the tier 6s. Especially slow tier 6s like a TOG, well, TOG will never see this thing, like a Tiger 1 or VK6501H or something. Yeah, you're not gonna win. Especially against an IS-4 chassis, no way. So there you go, folks, a quick recap of the K2. It's on the current Asian server for now, so it will likely be on the North America server and the EU server. It's not crazy enough, I guess, like a Waffentrigger off E100 to be separate compared to the other servers. So I'm believing that about 90% or 80% of all the offers are likely going to be shared from the Asian server to the other servers, but it's likely the free XP cap on this vehicle is going to be high for minimum bid. It's likely going to be about, I say, at least 200,000 free XP. Or at least 300,000 if you want to actually be competitive about it. Now, there are a few more of it compared to the 121B Monkey King, for that matter, but luckily on the North America server, we have the Carnival free XP exchange coming up. Surprisingly, right? So 1 to 35, it's not 1 to 40, but still better than 25, right? So you get more free XP for your gold. And I don't know if that's going to hype up or inflate the actual cost of this vehicle in terms of bid, at least on the North America server, but take advantage of that if you want to converting it tomorrow. It starts tomorrow, right? Yeah, it starts tomorrow. So for the North America server, we're getting a free XP conversion. So this might inflate the actual vehicle. But then again, nobody actually has free XP after the Lion, so that's up for debate. But I think this vehicle is worth it. Even if you don't do well in bottom tier games, you'll still be a menace and an obstruction to higher tiers. So tier 10s will have to take time away from their combat to deal with you. So you're stalling the game while your tier 10s are killing their tier 8s, like garbage KV4s or something, right? So you're actually stalling the game in a lower tier vehicle against a higher tier vehicle, and in summary, or in the actual whole scope of the battle, you are winning the match. You're stalling, you're taking up time against a tier 10 in a tier 8, so it's actually still worthwhile. So I think this vehicle is good. It is still, I think, 8 out of 10 at least, so it is still a premium, but yeah, I think it's still pretty good. If it has a good gun, if it has the same gun at least on the Object 252U, this will be a 9 or even 9.5. It will be just as crazy or even faster horsepower per ton ratio. So you can put the experimental equipment and other stuff. So if you want to go back to the original videos, take a look. I explained the difference. I explained the modules and field modifications, I think. Or maybe not. I didn't even explain field modifications. What a noob. So I still think it's an 8 out of 10. But there you go, folks. A quick recap, but not really quick. So hopefully, good luck to you guys in terms of voting or bidding of this vehicle. But I think it's pretty decent. Well, it's not good for the game. It's not good for tier 6s or tier 7s, but hell, it's hype. So there you go, folks. As always, thank you guys for watching. Good luck with your bids, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.